Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today, for you guys, is another video. I know, right? Oh my god, Franchise Fanatic posted a video. Wait, he's not dead? Yeah, crazy, right? So I'm gonna have a separate update video, really short, probably tomorrow. Just kind of explaining, nothing's bad, nothing happened. I'm not, like, dying or anything, but I am starting my job soon. So, I just wanted to let you guys know that, once I do begin teaching, in Hogwarts, I will definitely, I'm gonna be the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. So it's gonna be stressful, but I'll make it work. I gotta avoid teaching Avada Kedavra, that kind of thing. So I won't be posting every single day from now on, but I definitely did not forget. So your support is very much appreciated. And again, I'll talk more about it tomorrow or whenever, very soon in a video. But today we're talking about Lego movies, something fun. And obviously, look, when the Lego movie came out in 2014, it took the whole world by storm, right, for the most part. I remember, I've always been a fan of Lego since I was a kid. I'm 26. I'm still an adult fan of Lego. That will never change, just straight up. Lego is not for children. It's for everyone. Just get that out of the way. But some people don't understand that fact. And when the Lego movie dropped, it was like, oh my god, there were, kids watching it, but they were like mostly adults and teens, at least in my theater and, many other theaters, and you see it online. There are a ton of adult Lego fans. And I think that movie is kind of what unlocked the catalyst for people to be like, hey, maybe I shouldn't be ashamed that I like this hobby. Like People used to think building Lego or watching Lego shows or playing Lego games or something, anything to do with Lego, was the equivalent of, like, being a drug dealer or a serial killer. You know what I mean? Like, it was like a sin. It's like, you like Lego and you're not a fetus? What are you, stupid? And, I think that we're in this era where, hey, they got 18-plus Lego sets now. They got, adult things for Lego. Even, adults can build the 8-plus sets, right? Like, it's genuinely a hobby anyone can get into. And if you're being told it's just for babies or you're an idiot, then they need to change, not you. And thankfully, that was the movie that kind of released and kind of let people know, right? And then we got the Lego Batman movie in 2017, which, again, is a fantastic film. One of the best DC films ever, straight up. The Lego Ninjago movie, which is one of my favorite Lego movies, which everyone hates because they don't understand it. And the Lego Movie 2, the second part, which, again, is a really good sequel, which apparently didn't make any money. And now, of course, we have the Universal has the Lego movie rights, right? So, right. So we got, not Back in Black, what they called, Piece by Piece, with Pharrell Williams, which is more of an activist / interview film than an actual movie. But, I watched it, I reviewed it. It's good. Like, I don't have it on Blu-ray yet, but it is good. Like, it's watchable. But then we get all this news of, oh my god, these Lego movies are coming like crazy, right? Because Universal bought the rights, and they only made a movie about the guy who made McDonald's or whatever, right? Like the ba-da-ba-ba-ba, that. So it's like, okay, cool. Where's the fun Lego movies? I don't want an interview movie. I want an actual effing film, right? So we get all this news of, what's-her-face, the girl who was going to make Wonder Woman, I believe, or she did make Wonder Woman. She's going to make a Rogue Squadron movie, Patty Jenkins, I believe. She's making a Lego movie. We got some other Lego film, but the one I really wanted to talk about in this video, obviously you could tell by the thumbnail and the gameplay and the title, is a Lego Ninjago movie. And you're probably thinking, wait a minute, we already got a Lego Ninjago movie. Either it was horrible or it was great. I thought it was great. And that's beside the point. I guess I'm stupid, but a lot of people are probably like, "Hey, wait, there's a sequel? Is this like is this canon to the show? Is it canon to the movie? What's going on here?" And I believe, from what I understand, it is a complete reboot. This is not connected to the Lego Ninjago movie that was owned by Warner Brothers. This is Universal, so I don't even know, like, legally if they can even do that. This is also not canon to the Lego Ninjago TV show, which is a whole nother separate beast. Now you also have this apparently Lego Ninjago live-action movie, right? Written by Phil Lord and Christopher, or not them, the Hageman brothers. I'm sure they're involved somewhat, but Dan and Kevin Hageman wrote the Ninjago show, pretty much. I mean, they wrote the pilot. They wrote seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and a little bit of 10, and then they left. And then seasons 11 through 15 were by other people, and now we have Dragons Rising, which is a new show. They're not even involved with it. But they were kind of the brainchild, original writing force behind this incredible show and this amazing franchise. And they're actually coming back to write this film. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's one good thing, right? I don't mind the writing for the new Dragons Rising, okay? I'm going to make a video about it separately soon. But you kind of look at it and you're like, all right, well, what is this going to be? What's this about? How do you make a Lego live action movie, right? Like, is it going to be like, Tom Holland as Lloyd or Chris Pratt as Garmadon? You know what I mean? Like, how's this going to work? Is it going to be legitimately all live action? Or is it going to be, Lego people, running around the real world and there's humans and shit, kind of like the new Smurfs film, or I guess all the Smurfs films for the most part. So that's kind of the interesting aspect where I'm thinking about it and I'm like, okay, well, a completely live action Ninjago movie, right? Would that work? No Lego, no minifigures, just real people, right? Like the Minecraft movie or whatever, right? And I think it could, but at the same time, Lego probably doesn't want to market a Lego property without Lego, right? Like, that wouldn't work. Now, would the movie still do well? Maybe. I mean, I know the Ninjago people would go check it out, but apparently they didn't check out the first one, so I don't know. But it's like, okay, if we don't have any Lego sets and it's just completely live action, how does this work? Obviously, you got to cast people that, either look the part, hopefully, or I don't think you'd really want to hire the voice actors because, no offense, they're kind of old now. They're not like crusty and decrepit, but they don't really look like teenagers and young adults, let's say. But at the same time, okay, do you make it like Power Rangers, right, or TMNT, where it's kind of like joking and all that? Because Ninjago at its core is an action drama. I know that sounds like total stupid talk because it's a Lego show and it's made for babies, but if you actually give the show like more than 8 seconds and you actually effing watch it and rub those little brain cells together, you'll be like, hey, this is pretty good, right? Now, I'm not guaranteeing you're gonna love it, but it's sure a hell of a lot better than just brightly colored Lego people running around with values and talking to babies, right? Like, it's a genuinely amazing, gripping, well animated, well voice acted, well written show that all ages, older kids, teens, adults, anyone can pretty much get into this. And now it's it's gotten darker and all that. I'm not saying this is some grim, mature show for only adults, but it's also not a kid show. It's not something that I would let a little kid watch for sure. There are a lot of mature themes, and again, that's not me saying it's the most mature thing in the world. Some people take that out of proportion and out of context, and they're like, it's not actually that mature. It's like, yeah, it's not R-rated, but it's the most mature thing Lego has ever done. And it's genuinely a gripping, amazing show. I mean, it's literally my favorite franchise. It's like just a little bit above Star Wars for me. Like, it's crazy. And I know I talked more about Star Wars and Ninjago here, but, after, really rewatching Dragons Rising, I'm like, oh my god, like, this is really effing good. Why did I sleep on this for so long? And we'll get to it, but you take this incredible animated show, and how do you translate that into live action without it being cringy or kiddie or stupid? You know what I mean? Like, you look at the original Power Rangers show, which I wouldn't really call it a kid show. I know it's not adult only, but there's still like punching and kicking and violence, which I wouldn't let a little kid watch. But I do know that little kids love Power Rangers. I've never got into it, but I did see the not new, but the recent live action one with the Krispy Kreme commercial in the middle of it, and I love that movie. I think it's really good. It didn't really get me into the franchise, but I still enjoyed it. Right, I own it. I think it's fun. So maybe do you want to go like that? Do you want to make it like silly and campy, or do you want to make it slightly darker, slightly edgier? Now, I don't think they would make it PG-13, but Ninjago's already got. I mean, without spoiling it, they have some dark shit. I mean, they've got blood. They have drinking, they have assisted suicide, they have murder, death, hell, being chained, vindication, revenge, slavery, black market deals, violence, betrayal, death, like I said, destruction. It's not something I'd let a little child watch. Even if it does look like something you put on for your preschooler, it's not, okay? Like, trust me, just watch the show. It's pretty jacked up at times. But at the same time, it's like, okay, how do you translate that, right? Like, how does this work? I don't even know if I have all the answers, but I think if you were to make a complete live-action film, I don't, again, know if it would 100% sell that well, because, you're looking at it and you're like, okay, Lego does genuinely want to make a good product, right? Like, regardless if it's a set, a movie, a video game, a show, or whatever. But they are a company. You know what I mean? Like, they still need your effing money. So if they make a Lego Ninjago film with no Lego, it's going to be kind of weird, right? Or if they make a live-action film with Lego sets, you're like, wait a minute, this is weird because there's no Lego in the film. So you also don't want to fall into that trap of making a Lego, a live-action film with Lego people running around with real humans, right? Now, we had that in the 4 first Lego movies, right? Like, the Lego movies all take place in our world, right? So, it's a little bit different, right? Like, you look at the new Smurfs film or whatever, or the old Smurfs films, you have live-action environments with, really crappy CG animated Smurfs running around the place, right? Interacting with CG dogs or whatever. And it doesn't look abhorrent, but it doesn't look very convincing and good. So you don't want to do that either, right? You don't want to have this disconnect or have this, visual noise, so to speak, where you're looking at it and you're like, oh, okay, this looks really effing bad. Like, thanks. Great. You know what I mean? Where's the Pharrell Williams 2 movie, right? So you look at it and you're like, okay, great. We kind of ruled out a lot of stuff. So what do we do? I don't know. I mean, that's the interesting part, right? I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What do you think a live-action Lego Ninjago movie would look like? I personally would like to see a live-action film with real people, because I was actually, questioning this, because I'm like, oh, it's a Lego show, right? Like the Lego Ninjago, it's a Lego show. But I noticed ever since I was really like an older kid, or whenever I started watching, I was probably like 12 or 13 or whatever. I noticed that, there's no Lego in the show, right? Like, it's not like they're building stuff with bricks, and the dragons aren't Lego dragons, and, like, if you buy a Lego Ninjago set, right? Like, you buy the Destiny's Bounty, the ship, and then you build it, and you're like, cool, I just built a Lego ship, and then you watch the show, and the show, it's not a Lego ship, it's just a ship with, like, actual wooden planks and stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. But then I was, watching these interviews with Tommy Andreasen, who Tommy Andreasen is the creator of the show. He was actually saying in a bunch of interviews that I kind of did a deep dive on, and he was saying Lego Ninjago is not traditionally or authentically a Lego show, meaning that the Lego minifigures you see running around the show, they're not actually Lego minifigures. That's just how the audience, aka us, perceive them. Because there are other, things in Season 11, right, the Fire and Ice chapter, where it's like they're anime for an episode, or they're a different style of animation for a specific segment or whatever, right? So, now knowing that, right, like, because they mentioned bones and blood and lungs, right? They mentioned the noses and ears, stuff that Lego minifigures don't have because they're plastic, right? It's not like, in Ninjago, the show, if I guess Zane's different because he's a ninja, but, if Jay's arm falls off, right, or Lloyd loses his head, they're dead, right? Like, they're dead. You can't just put their head back on like in the Lego Ninjago movie, where they are actual plastic and it's stop motion and they're Lego people, right? They are legit, they're humans. They're not Lego. That's just how we see them. And I think that's really interesting, because it gives a whole new meaning, all right? Like, I was reading the Garmadon comic series, which takes place shortly after Season 10, and, like, Garmadon gets into, or someone, I don't know, it's either the Sons of Garmadon or Lord Mogra, someone, they get into a fight with this bear, and the bear bleeds, and I'm like, oh shit, they're bleeding. So I'm like, oh, okay, like, that's another confirmation, right? Like, obviously, like, they're cool with showing all that stuff I mentioned, but blood is too far, which I guess would be a little bit weird if you see a minifigure bleed, but I mean, they're not minifigures, right? Like, it's canon, they're not. That's just how we see them through. That's just like the animation style they chose to go with, right? It's just like how that one Be Cool Scooby-Doo animated show looks like a Family Guy cutaway gag. It's a great show. Like, I love it. I think it's the funniest iteration of Scooby-Doo. But the animation, originally, it looks like some weird-ass, like, Adult Swim animation. You know what I mean? But then you watch it, and it's actually quality. But I think it's really interesting that they chose to do that. And it kind of opens a can of worms, so to speak, little Easter egg there. But what do you do? Because if you just do another stop-motion Lego movie where it's live action, you run the risk of, oh, we got to make it a comedy. Oh, it's a sequel to the original. Oh, it's not going to make any money, right? And then you make it completely live action. How do we market this, right? Because, like, 9 out of 10 people don't know what I just told you. You might have not even known that. You might have just thought, oh, it's a Lego because it's Lego sets. Like, no, like, within the lore of the show, they're not Lego. So I think that's kind of interesting that they, like, there's so much. It's insane. Ninjago is not just, for the unaware, it's just, like I said, a Lego toy where, fetuses play with it and whatever. But there's, like, a massive franchise and a massive amount of lore and world building and storytelling. Like, there's so much maybe not as much as Marvel, DC, or Star Wars, but it has a gigantic following, and it's only getting more popular with Dragons Rising. And I feel like people are going to, really kind of have their eyes on this film. And they don't want to make this a flop, right? Or something that no one's going to see or care about, right? Because for the first Lego Ninjago movie, I love, but many people don't. And it ended up hurting the film, right? And it kind of was the catalyst for killing the Lego movies as we knew them, right? Because that's where we're getting this new reboot stuff. And I think doing a Lego live action thing, regardless of how they do it, it can be taken different ways, obviously, as we talked about. But it could also be misconstrued and just completely, a horrible product. Or it could be the best freaking thing in the world. It could be better than The Last Jedi for me. You never know. But at the same time, I do love this franchise. I really want to see it grow and prosper. We're getting new books, new comics, obviously the new show. While it isn't as big as, like I said, Star Wars, for example, it is still big, and there's a lot of lore and a lot of stuff, right? Like, did you know that the Legends of Chima show is canon to Ninjago? Yeah, that horrible, stupid show? Yeah, it's canon. Doesn't make it any better, but it's still officially a part of Ninjago, which is cool, right? Like, it's like saying the Elektra movie is canonical to the MCU through the multiverse. That's true, right? The Elektra movie blows, but it's still cool to know that it's canon, right? Like, I don't know, it's just like a cool little thing they did, right? And I think that's kind of interesting how they're handling this. And again, it could go bad, it can go good, but I want to hear down below in the comments what you guys want for a live-action Lego Ninjago film. Do you think the Hagemans are going to write a good script? Obviously, they did write a movie before. They wrote that Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark film, which one of my favorite horror movies. I really, really enjoyed that one. I remember reading those books as a kid and pooping my panties in school. But at the same time, like now, I'm like, oh man, like the drawings are still creepy. The writing is kind of hit and miss, I guess. Maybe a little better than Goosebumps, I don't know. But the movie was good, and I do want a sequel to that. But I'm glad that the Hagemans are still doing stuff. Once they did leave Ninjago, they still did do work. They wrote for other shows like Troll Hunters, I think, or Star Trek maybe, something like that. But yeah, I mean, we've gotten a lot of different writers for this show and this franchise, and to see the original guys coming back to make this movie, hopefully it'll be good. Again, we are not just getting this movie, right? We're getting other Lego movies, and it'll be interesting to kind of see, where that goes. There was another one that just dropped. I don't even know what it was called. It's some kind of like Inner Child, I think it's called. That's a comedy. So we're getting more Lego movies. I just hope they're good, right? Because those first four are like literally for me. Like the pinnacle of animated content. Like it is, those four films are genuinely perfect, I think. They nailed the animation is flawless, the writing is amazing, the comedy is absolutely insane, the stories are good, right? And I think they really, really understood the assignment for all four of those films. Many people hate Ninjago, but whatever, teach their own. But at the end of the day, I think they're good. I didn't hate the Pharrell Williams, I can't even effing say his name. It wasn't the best. In fact, it was the worst Lego movie, but it's still not, a horrid movie. Maybe I got to rewatch it. I don't know. It got kind of weird toward the end, but I think that it was, definitely an interesting idea. But I'm glad we're getting more Lego movies that are either comedies or action, or they're proper movies and not like, oh, let's cut away to an interview for 10 minutes, right? Let's just swear crazy. That was wild, man. I tell you, you know what? I gotta get this on Blu-ray. I gotta hear Lego guys say shit, because that was the funniest thing ever. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, they said that in that movie like 4 times. But yeah, let me know down below in the comments what your favorite season of Ninjago is, what your thoughts are on the Lego Ninjago movie, the one we already have, and what are your thoughts on this potential, or this, upcoming Lego live-action Ninjago film? How do you think they're going to do it, and do you think it's even a good idea? Thank you, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.